Déhú megus fáil roimh seachtain eile megus chlár eile. Another week gone and a new program. 1020 weeks now we're at it. So this program tonight features a new CD all the way from Boulder, Colorado. Los Bios is the name of the group and the name of the CD. Good musicians, and there's 4 tracks of theirs in the program. Also tonight I have the great fiddle player from Donegal, Con Cassidy, from a musical family. I think he took a bit of a rest from playing for a while during his later life, and then came back to it again, and was a great surprise to everyone how great he was. Lots of very interesting music, and a lot of his tunes are played by other people called Con Cassidy's Jig or Con Cassidy's this, that and the other, Highland and all that kind of stuff. Sadly, this week we lost Paddy Jones from Sliabh, and the only track I could kind of find that you could clearly hear him playing, because he wasn't a big man for recording CDs and albums and so on, is the one with Tim Shea in Killarney. And Paddy Jones was one of the last of the Sliabh fiddlers of the Paddy O'Keefe Tombilly variety, and he leaves a whole after him. He was a nice man, gentleman, and really good style, all style fiddle player. So there's a bit of a gap to be filled there, if ever it will be. Paddy Jones from Danish. Band featuring tonight is the group Realta. There's several of their tracks, very energetic band, kind of northern influences. One of the old stalwarts that's featuring tonight is Elizabeth Crotty on concertina. There's a track with herself and Aggie White, who's a fiddle player from South Galway. Mrs. Crotty is from West Clare and a famous concertina player. She used to go to parties in my father's house in the 50s. We met a woman who boasted she dandled me on her knee at a party in her house, and I said it couldn't be true because it was over 50 years ago, 60 years ago now. And she said, no. And I said, describe the house. And she said, oh, well, you go in up these stone steps and there's a room here and a room there. And she was right, she was there. And her business was driving Mrs. Crotty from Clare up all the way to Dublin to Galloping Green. I have 2 tracks from 2 different CDs of the African Malian musician born in Timbuktu, Ali Farka. He died in 94, I think. 1994, maybe 2004. He's a great traditional kind of musician from that part of the world, but obviously a lot of modern influences on him too, blues and jazz and so on. Played with Roy Cooder and people like that. The sad thing is with this COVID-19, so many musicians have died, so many musicians. A lot of African musicians living in France died early on, for example, famous musicians. So when this whole thing is over, I suppose we're the interface with the public in kind of packed places and so on, and people succumb. It's one of the hidden tragedies of this whole COVID period. Another CD is a former gold medal winner from North Shannon Tirnano Dinkin won it 8 years ago. This year again, 2020, is a year where there's 2 medals, one for the pipes and one for the harp. And Tirnano has travelled the world playing the pipes and lots of things, so he calls this regis Paddy. It's kind of a play on the tune called Rakish Paddy. Four Winds is another group featured tonight, and one of the people in this had a new CD featured last week. Caroline, she called her CD Shine. So you had Caroline Keane's Sunshine, if you like, the album last week. Celia Hart is a great channel singer from the west, up Connemara side, and it's quite a while now since I had her on the programme. So there was 2 songs of hers tonight, and you'll know it straight away. Then across from the Wheel, across to Scotland, and last week we had her mother singing, Flora McNeil from the island of Burra and Glasgow, and we have her daughter Maggie McInnes. Maggie's made quite a name for herself in music circles in Scotland with many credits, CDs, publications, films and so on, and she plays the harp as well. So speaking of the harp, here's a CD that came out late last year from Steve Cooney, famous Australian musician of renown, and he's brought out a CD of his own, a solo CD, playing the guitar, wonderful music on it, and he's concentrating on the harp music from the collections of the 1790s, people like Buntring and Petrie and Hempson and so on, music by people like Hempson and Carlin and so on. Interesting fiddle player, Seamus Sands from County Down, I think. He living in Cork, I believe. Very interesting. There's 3 tracks of his there, kind of dainty, and then we're back to the boys that are in the start of the program, the new CD, The Lost Boys. So there's that going on, and the other thing that's going on, we launched the day before yesterday the series of 19 new tunes, COVID tunes. Every Thursday and every Monday I launch a new tune. We taught the first one on the radio yesterday, Thursday, and the next one now will be on Monday. But they are available to my patron supporters a day or two, maybe up to 48 hours beforehand. And in these little videos that I make, I show how to play the tune, explain the unusual side of the tune, or the little figure that's in it, and provide the score as well. So you can have a bash at that. And if you've all learned all the tunes or get bored, of course, there's a whole lot of tunes, scores and so on the website, www.paddlerhythm.ie. Please support if you like, and Gurmat.